Hey all, Xenoxis. Yeah, okay, so it's recording. Okay, good. We're doing some Final Fantasy VII. So I began on, as you can see if we go up here, I have begun, this is the Reactor 1, 1199 grind, but then also at the same time, because I'm jumping between the files just to get bored and stuff like that. Keep in mind though, however, that it took a while for me to discover the best place in the first reactor to grind, because there's a certain specific screen that is better. Same thing is true in the number 5 reactor as well. So you can see there at the 26 was at that amount of time and stuff that, and I did use several files, and change, the color and stuff that to at different points and stuff that, but at level 30 I decided to, 30, this is going to be 40, then 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and then at 99. And then this is the Reactor 5 one, which I'm probably going to do 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 99. And then basically you would have slot 15 there as well, so maybe I will let it be at level 40, basically 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 99 instead, Because here, we got a train graveyard. And you can see how I named the character differently depending, like oh, that's Reactor 1, that's Reactor 5, so it's Reactor 5, and then Barrett's name is Reactor 5, level 99, and then Tifa is called Grind. Here it's basically Reactor 1, and that's LV 99 Grind, and stuff like that. But here it's Train, and then Tifa is Graveyard, and Aerith is level 99 Grind. So this is their setup. Buster Sword Material Armor, Matsumakan Material Armor, Striking Staff, which you need to steal. It's actually using fire and stuff like that, but we're also activating the one for limit breaks all the time, pretty much. It seems that this is the best place. I haven't discovered really where the best places are to do it. Basically this is the setup also with active. Why didn't I have that on wait? I thought I had put that on wait, but apparently not. Ought to be on wait can be really important, by the way. So yeah. And eventually you are going to bring down the battle speed as the characters, become faster and stuff like that, so yeah. But we cast fire, because we're trying to get her limit break. So yeah, pretty much. And stuff that. Now the main problem here is that the best XP is kind of like 95, 90. So it's actually worse than the first reactor. The best fight in the first reactor gives you 98 experience, pretty much. And this is before I have even the level 2 limit breaks on Claude or Tifa. Because the thing is, you can actually gain the limit break fastest on Aerith. And I believe Aerith will actually require the least amount of XP per level eventually. The thing that is funny, for example, is that when you get Tifa, she will be usually 2 levels lower than Barrett. But she eventually over-levels, like she levels faster than Barrett does. Because not every character needs the same amount of XP to level, stuff like that. I'm not sure about doing this way is cheating or whatever, because I'm having limit breaks on all the time. Yes, you can do it normally, but then it will be slower, and the point is to see, okay, what's the quickest we can possibly get like 99 and stuff like that. And I'm having like files to test on several different places. But you have to realize, even though this is worse than level 1 reactor, the majority of the fights give you more XP, like a lot of fights give you like around 90-ish XP or something. So it's technically better than the first reactor, even though there's nothing that gives you 98 XP. Most of the fights give you similar amounts of XP. Yes, there are some fights that give you worse XP and stuff that, but yeah. Also the rare mob that you can face, you cannot face it on this screen. I haven't seen it on this screen. I have seen it on the other screen because basically you need to be on the correct screen for that fight up here. See, that one gives 70. And 70 isn't that bad. 70 is what you get from two of the blue grunts and the sweeper in the first reactor. But on the yes screen is where you need to do grind basically, and so that's it. So I might actually do 3 videos at 1 hour each or so. We're gonna do at this location obviously on this file. Then we're gonna do the one on the 5 reactor, and then we're also gonna do the one on the thing. We might actually get the limit breaks and stuff that here, you know, and stuff that, so yeah. Keep in mind of course that before you get certain limit breaks, the best way to gain kills is to use cast like fire and all and stuff that, but eventually our fire is very very soon gonna be, or all materials soonish gonna level up. It doesn't take that long for fire and like the basic black materia to gain at their second level to be like ice 2, bolt 2, like fire 2 and stuff that. So this is kind of the best fight because fire kills them all. And stuff that. Sadly you cannot do ice all because ice all the flying things absorb it. I think that 3 of those flying things would actually give you the best amount of XP, but you cannot fight them on the first screen, you can fight them on the second screen I think. Because I'm pretty certain that you can trill the being glows. I'm pretty certain. But Cloud, by the way, he needs the most amount of kills for his limit breaks. And the colors I'm going for are quite different, of course. These colors were meant to kind of be not ultramarine, by the way, even though it technically looks like ultramarine. But this was meant to be like the Thousand Suns, like coloring. And stuff that. Nearly 3500 level 5 reactor 1 kinda has the leaks of Volten, like a quality and stuff that, which is pretty funny. But you could also say that it's the that faction in Horus Heresy. Damn it, I forgot. It's not Emperor's Shield, and it's something else that has that color scheme in Horus Heresy. But yeah, keep in mind that Arid's magic stats lapse. Yeah, Planet Protector, there we go, that was pretty quick. So now she gets Planet Protector, and Planet Protector is makes all in Alice invincible 1 time. Okay. So that means going on exchange and give fire and all to Tifa, and then give her steel back to her. And then keep having ice and lightning on her. And that's gonna give her some health, but yeah. So Tifa I'm gonna work with next with her limit breaks, but also we need to make sure in the next battle that she casts Planet Protector 7 times to gain her final limit break that we can get on this guy. But keep in mind, for example, if you get level 99 in the first reactor, that means that when you recruit Tifa, she casts Planet Protector, and she casts Planet Protector. 2, 3. Oops. My bad. 4. 5. 6. 1 more. のしどうもどうもパロスのしどうもどうもパロス Yeah, Pulse of Life. And Pulse of Life, if I remember correctly, is actually very insane for what it does, because yeah, fully restores all allies. That's basically like a full heal on everything, which is powerful. Furbrand is of course the one that feels the baking. Great Gospel is of course Planet Protector, Fury Brand, except for basic it feels the limit breaks. But it also gives you the Planet Protector, making everyone invincible. But I also believe it has pulse of life effect, so it fully restores as well, and that is what Great Gospel is. Because it has to do with angels and stuff like that. Which makes it, you can technically say that it's like a godlike being in Final Fantasy VII and stuff like that, so yeah. Tifa the Thief is there. It's gonna have. You can see her magic is weaker, so she needs more casts to do it. Which is why you want to equip like more magic generally on the character and stuff like that. I might actually go ahead and do that actually. Yeah, I'm gonna move steel on the train instead. Ice, lightning. Because that should make her magic stat better. Her magic stat by default there is 38. He's at 5. Give man that is with no materia. But I believe striking staff also gives her a certain automatic, but yeah, now she has 32. So yeah. So yeah, so there are benefits of course of putting enough magic into things. But yeah. I mean, I could bring the audio volume down, because the main problem is I can only have 5 in audio volume when playing this game, because this game is really loud and stuff like that. So it still does similar damage, but keep in mind of course that each of the extra materia will bring her magic up faster and stuff like that. And I think maybe in 2 levels we will... I mean, the EP is not that great, it's only... yeah. Although wow, we're already that much closer to getting the levels here. So you can see it's magic plus 1. So it's magic plus 3 from those in total. Yeah. And keep in mind that knowing like what your steals are almost so important in the original, but that's something I'm a bit pissed off in the remake, that the steals in the remake are not yet good. Because it was a big part of the original in Xenoxis, for example. I didn't know for the longest time, it was something I figured out later, was the fact that you could still carbon bangle in Xenobuilding. I always thought that hardest was the only thing important in the Xenobuilding, but the carbon bangles are really powerful, because carbon bangle cannot be bought until Costa del Sol, and Yuffie starts with the carbon bangle, and carbon bangle is way better than Mithril Armlet. And carbon bangle also has like 3 slots, it has 1 linked and 1 free slot. And it's used on like 3 upgrade basically at that point. So yeah. And usually what I try to do is not buy any unnecessary equipment. So for example, when we're doing the Shinra HQ grind, I will probably not even bother getting the Mithril Armlet, because in the Shinra building I can just grind for the carbon bangles and steal those. You can only steal 1 carbon bangle per each of the encounters, by the way, so you need to steal, what is it, 6 carbon bangles, right? But yeah, the grind that I'm gonna do with this inner building, I'm gonna have to do I'm gonna have to do that grind with Red 13 and Barret. Because after you get Red 13, and you need to go to the elevator, that's the best point of doing the grind. And one of course encounters only a 3rd class and steal hard edge from them. Hard edge is a very tiny weapon, by the way, not like in the remake where they made hard edge huge. Yeah, this is a bug that happens sometimes. The audio just cuts out. And it's where it sees health, but the item Ghost Hand, which we most likely to get here. Nope, we'll get the Ghost Hand. You can see here, for example, Ghost Hand, I have 8 of those. Drains MP to the 1 opponent, and Gravity Ball uses the 9. You also have Hyper and Tranquilizer. You can actually steal Tranquilizers from the crabs in the sewer, and you can steal Hyper from the turtles, I think. I forgot maybe there was potions from them. So yeah, T5 requires of course more kills than Eric does, but I'm curious at what level Aerith starts living faster than the other characters. Because I believe for Aerith will be the one to reach level 99 first. I'm pretty certain, even though Cloud is several levels ahead, or he's one level ahead basically. Actually two at this point. And keep in mind, at level 24 that's when Cloud is gonna reach about 1000 HP. Tifa is gonna reach it later. Okay, let's see here now. Tifa needs, okay, it's still pretty similar. But that is 8980 XP, that is... I don't think the math on that is the same, right? That's actually way less. Right, because if we say that is at 1634, it's 1716. That doesn't seem to add up to the same amount of XP. So she already needs less. As of that, and her medic is at 39 at that point. Yeah. Now I don't know how long it will take for them to basically catch up to Claude. As of that, Claude only needs 866 there at that point. So I don't know how long it's gonna take for them to pass Claude in terms of experience of that. How long it will take. But it's very, very interesting that they need different amount of XP to level up. Maybe it's just because, you know, the devs thought that, you know, that, oh hey, maybe people will use the female characters less because you know, Bats is just tankier and stuff there, by default, like he gets way more vitality and stuff that. And their limit break is... I mean, Tifa's limit break is pretty good, but it's not like mega overpowered like Cell's. Because Cell, if he gets a lot of time, for example, you want to use to do the simpler inputs, and then you can keep on going forever with Cell's desperation move, as they are, because they're not limit breaks in Final Fantasy VIII. Desperation attack because usually you need low health. Of course Safer needs less low health because Safer is angry all the time. Safer is a rah rah rah. And that is because he reacts whenever he sees Squall. And Squall is a reference to what is it, Wind, right? Same thing with it's actually pretty funny, and Laguna is also kinda, well, Laguna is more like a water reference, but saying that always a conspiracy theory that Laguna is related to, or that Laguna is Squall's dad, but that makes absolute perfect sense as of that. Because Laguna had a thing for the... Because Laguna had a thing for the female person that played the piano. Which also happens to, I believe, be Rinoa's mom. And stuff that, because Rinoa is, you know, General Caraway's daughter. And General Caraway, I believe, had it also with the woman or something like that. It's weird. Imagine just like being like yard. Just in real life. It's not that funny, my brain makes everything funny. You know, stupid shit funny. Yeah, but those small things are weaker, but they only have a potion, actually, that's what they have. Oh yeah, that encounters it is simple. Of course, once you get fire too, I'm pretty certain that will one-shot all the mobs. Because because FFVII 2 is a big difference. FFVII 2 of course costs relatively more MP and stuff there, but yeah. I don't know how long it would take though for Tifa to get her second breaks. Of course, eventually also once Tifa gain enough levels, I can use it to do her limit break over and over again, because that would just be faster than casting the fire spell and stuff that. Use for kills, right? Yeah. Also keep in mind that once you get all materia to the second level, then we will also be able to cast the fire spell twice. That will actually, I believe that will level up first, before the other thing levels up. Right, because now we should be pretty close here. Yeah, fire is at 954, 930 on the ice. I don't know how lightning somehow managed to get past ice, because I had lightning and ice on all the time. Which is weird. All only requests 460 now, okay. I don't know what the best OP fight is though, however. I'm actually curious about going into the other screen though. Instead of that. Yeah, not the 1 minute, okay. It's good that I can use check the timer on that, but yeah. But it's a bit sad also that why can't you record longer than 1 hour and stuff that. I can understand that yeah, it's nice to be able to, you know, record 1 hour and stuff that and have it be like that, you know, and stuff that. Because in certain games it takes up way less file size than certain other games, but yeah. Actually, let's go to the other screen, because I'm curious what encounters, if you can really encounter the triple version of the bird. Not bird, but you know, whatever these things are. Flying dragon serpent thing. Men they kinda look serpent-esque, or dragon-esque. I guess maybe we call them wyverns, but they feel way too small to be wyverns. And they give gravity ball, which is weird because they don't have any gravity related spell at all. They do have ice, however, so yeah. Come on, Grindspots. And keep in mind, of course, the more limit breaks Tifa has, the more stuff she can kill, obviously. But the targeting on certain of the characters' limit breaks are pretty stupid with how they divide it. Sometimes they can... It gets divided really bad. Yeah, you can actually move back this train, by the way, after you have moved it, you know, and stuff that I already have the correct setup here, so yeah. And this is the skin, of course, where you can meet the enemy that you can steal from, yeah. I thought there was a triple encounter with these, but maybe there is not. And I know eventually the characters will just be strong enough to use, you know, just hit an enemy once and really kill them. Because once you get high enough level, Claude will actually have enough strength to basically one-shot everything. Because yeah. Because there is a certain point when like Claude's like meet him. Oh yeah, there's the guy. That we can steal the thing from, but you can do this. You can do gravity ball, for example. Then we do another gravity ball. We can also hit it with 1 limit break, I believe. Human type from 1 limit break. I forgot that I got that much stronger. Normally before it doesn't die from 1 limit break. I believe you can do about... I think you can do 150 damage to it and not be in trouble. Yeah, you can steal several striking staffs if you want to sell like more of them. There are like certain things that are definitely worth like stealing more from and stuff that because of the value they are worth, but yeah. The best thing is actually just to level up all materia. Oh yeah, there's the triple encounter. Just gonna be curious though. Actually, let's see this. Okay. you just want to spam it immediately because then you have a higher chance of not having a miss. Yeah, that was actually pretty decent XP there. Yeah, that's probably the best encounter then. But then again, you need to be on the second skin, which is annoying, by the way. Because yes, we can get that really. But it seems like that triple ghost also happens more on this screen as well. Water kick, and of course, water kick, you gain meteor drive, or meteor drive basically. Just like thing. Just regular braver then. Guess that's not enough to kill it. Then we steal. Oh. Yeah, still sucking staff. Now we still the second staff. I actually didn't make the best dress, and I still was able to win in the competition. But it seems like even if you have the best dress, and if you, for example, don't have the damage tier, you have the second best, you will actually lose and stuff that, which is really weird and stuff that. Like you have to have the best tier, basically the best of all the other stuff. Except bikini briefs are not supposed to be the best one. The regular underwear is actually supposed to be better somehow. But I'm guessing it's because the bikini briefs that you're given are not like female bikini briefs, they're actually male bikini briefs. Which seems weird because the game doesn't seem to like indicate that, you know, or whatever, you know. But maybe it's because they're called briefs, right? Because they're not like just called regular like bikini, like they should be like thong bikini. And I know that I need to do water kick also and stuff like that because but yeah. But I believe getting doesn't really matter. Like all it matters is that you hit 3 times. It's actually good because this allows us to do it multiple times now. So this is the best encounter. This gives you 105 XP and 12 EP. It seems you get that encounter pretty often actually. So I should have just started grinding on this game before. Okay, wow, now there actually has to be very close. See, next level 1971, 1917. And yeah, you can see her 1971 to 1917. That's not that much XP. Because that does not translate into, because see, that's less than 60 XP apart. You can see she has way less XP than that. Because this is like, this comparison here is like, she's almost like 500, 600, 700. So she's more than 200 XP less in total XP than Tifa. So she technically needs way less XP to level, if you consider it that way. Because that's the thing to look at, the total amount of XP, you know, when she was at that point, so yeah. And Tifa is now at Magic FFVII, she says Magic 14, which is pretty insane. Her dexterity is 20, 21, 23. The only reason why he outspeeds Tifa is because of the steam materia. Most of that. The question is though, when you're doing this level 99 grind, will you get enough AP for the lazy guy. Haha! I stole you! Oh! What the heck? Yeah, why did Tifa's moves into BDSM and stuff? What the kick? And that's it. Look at that Tifa, you horny bastard. Yeah, medium right. Now she needs to get kills. Then we move this, we do this here. There's one cover. Restore and cover. The reason why I'm doing this is because he only had one thing that increased magic, now he has 3. I could of course skip all materia, but I'm not gonna do that because we need all materia to get the kills. Eventually, of course, once we have all the kills, it doesn't matter if all materia is linked to anything. I can probably put all materia on the striking staff if I really want to and stuff like that. He's gonna have way higher magic stat now than Tifa though. So she has 32 magic with only 1 plus in magic. He has 37 now, but she still has 40. And keep in course that dexterity matters when it comes to the defense percentage. And stuff like that, so you can actually gain a higher percentage of like the thing, because if you look on the armor, it only has like defense percentage of 3 and stuff like that. So for example, when you're using missile, for example, because I believe you can only get 2 missiles in the game if you're lucky enough and stuff like that. You burn the ghost so hard, you stop like, the ghost will like, oh shit, oh shit, run away. I thought this encounter was supposed to be rare, I don't know what it is. Maybe it is supposed to be that you encounter this more often here. I always used to think that dexterity mattered for when it comes to stealing, but apparently the thing that matters the most is your level. That's the only thing that matters, and not like your luck stat or anything else. Which seems like really weird. But also the way stealing works, I believe, is that you don't always have the same chance to steal. Like sometimes, if you steal enough, the attempts increase, or whatever, or you require less attempts the more you steal. Yeah, so he requires 3, right? Yeah. So right, we still have, I might have used focus on Tifa first, but the reason why I'm focusing on Cloud now is because Cloud uses a better magic stat, so Cloud will most likely one-shot stuff. I'll say that, but... That's the best thing with having the memory thing on. Sadly, for example, the memory thing, I kind of wish they would upgrade that, or they could patch into so that it remembers what limit break you used. So if you want to use like Meteor Rain, or you want to use Finishing Touch on really again. But then I don't know, we can cast Fire twice without it dying. We're gonna have so many striking stats by then. I don't know why we're getting an encounter so often here and stuff that because this used to be actually Reddit used to take a bunch of encounters before you would get, but now you just get it like a ridiculous amount. Okay, that sleep laser combo is very annoying. So I'm guessing it's actually count it actually does that thing that Nova does with the laser, that it fires multiple times. That sometimes it can fire once, sometimes it decides to fire twice, and sometimes it can like fire like 3 times. Same thing with that boss fight on the ship. It can fire like several times. Sometimes and decide that you're not just gonna get like you're just gonna die. You're doing like a speed run and stuff. That if Nova just decides that your character's gonna die. Wow, and now it doesn't want to see the striking staff at all. He found like gravy ball. You tell the asshole. I would really love to put it to sleep or something. Yeah, make them invincible. Come on! I believe when you're invincible they cannot be affected by like status changes as well. Okay, fine. I'm not gonna try and steal for too long basically, because that's just gonna waste time. How many? 3 striking staffs? I'll say 1 extra material omelet because that is meant to be for Barrett. Now the question is though, what level will Barrett be? Can get it. I wanna know if the material smuggling, if it works on the console version or not. Yes, material smuggling has actually been known for quite some time, but the material smuggling allows you to smuggle like any material and stuff that from another save file onto your save file, for example. So that could have like speedrunning potential and stuff that. And I believe you need to do it with the whole when you're doing the behind side quest, whatever it is. I forgot exactly how it works before. Now the thing I would have wished of with it would have been some sort of equipment smuggling. That would have been great. Because I would have loved to see how much damage certain like weapons could do at like the level and most of that. I know. You know, I'm actually just gonna... Yeah, but it seems that if you want to get the encounter, you just do it on the barrel. It seems to happen very often. Wow. 2 in a row, what? Okay, fine. Doesn't count. Okay. Almost have 20 minutes left, or a little bit more than 20 minutes left, but yeah, I'm still... I definitely think we're getting pretty close now though to... right. Yeah, we're close to the whole thing. I'm not gonna do close to that anymore because, you know... This guy, man. Why are we getting the guy so often now? Like, it doesn't make any sense that that encounter is supposed to be rare, now all of a sudden we just get it super often. Keep in mind that once you get all leveled up, for example, you can of course calculate how much XP you get. You calculate what you would get in 10 fights of the same battle, basically, like the amount of RP you would get, or the amount of XP you would get, basically. That's kind of how you can calculate how long it's going to take to reach 799 and stuff like that. This base is probably going to be faster still than the first reactor, just because the majority of the fights are worth equal XP to some of those encounters are worth, you know, more. I thought about actually doing the tower instead as the grind, but then you would only have Tifa and Claude. And then I would have needed called Claude like train GE, and Tifa would have needed to be level 99 grind or LB 99 basically, because I know at the tower you receive way more XP than 90 or whatever, you know, from the triple helicopter dudes encounter, because the helicopter dudes are the only thing you can encounter in the tower, so that is actually very, very good. And the fact that you only have Tifa and Cloud means that you can gain limit breaks very, very quickly. That you don't need to cast like an all spell or whatever, you can just do the limit breaks over and over and again. Even though that will give them the limit breaks slower. Or basically, yeah, because, you know, Claude will get kills, Tifa will get kills. The main problem is, of course, is you have no way to change your name. In the game, I kind of wish they would have made that viable in the shop, that they would just add it to the game. I think at this point, so you could use, because I would have loved to have taken one of files, for example, do a file before I start the grind. For example, like have a first save in each area, and then I'm gonna go to the next place again, because each time I'm gonna go to a new Grindspots, I need to start a new file, and then I need to use rush to the place and have like no encounters on, and stuff that, then have like triple speed on, and then you use like to rush to the place through the grind, because the next grind is gonna be Shinra HQ grind and stuff that, and then the grind after that is gonna be the what do you call it, maybe I should actually make that be what the next video is on instead, to show you that you can quickly get to the location, or how to quickly get to the location pretty much. Claude, I believe, needs something like 90 plus kills, I think it is. Or maybe it's less than that, but yeah. Claude needs a massive amount of kills. Vincent actually needs very little kills, same thing with Kate's hit. I don't know why people say, oh, Kate's hit is so bad. Maybe it's just that a lot of people used to look at Kate's weapons, like a lot of Kate's weapons are weaker than the yellow megaphone, but those people don't understand the point, because his other weapons crit more, because basically the whole hit percentage that you have on certain weapons also decides the crit rate or something like that. Like hit percentage is equal to the crit rate or something like that. Like it makes you crit more the higher that percentage is, and if that percentage is high enough, then death blow will always hit. And stuff that if it's at 255, for example, hit, then it's like it guarantees that death blow always hits, for example. So it means that the characters with weapons that have very, very high on the hit rating, those characters are very good with death blow, specifically. What did her weapon have? Yeah, her weapon has 100. Tifa's metal knuckle is pretty good. I mean, there aren't any character that has really, really bad hit rating. That does not really, really exist. But 100% rating doesn't mean that you hit all the time, basically. That is not the case. Let's try this again here. I'm just gonna do a few attempts to steal. The main problem is, of course, is that, as I've said, this fight is very, very annoying. I don't know why all of a sudden it's gotten that much worse. Yeah, and keep in mind that limit breaks can crit as well. A lot of people don't think that limit breaks can crit, but they can definitely crit. Because yes, you can even crit with like multi-hitters like Meteor Rain. Like sometimes you see, okay, oh now the meter is doing 400, oh wow, now all of a sudden it's doing like 800, almost 1000. Yeah. For like its May meter and stuff that, so you can definitely crit with limit breaks. This guy, man. I mean, it seems that this is the only skill that I can get the triple like flying black serpent things. Yeah, the triple ghost also. Blade beam move, nice. And now we're at. Okay. So not 15 minutes left, but 14 is esque. So now you will see the strength of blade beam. This is the trick to blade beam. The thing is though that if an enemy is weak enough, it will die to one blade beam. If an enemy is weak. How close? Yeah, 159. Keep in mind it depends on what row the enemy is in, so if an enemy is in the back row they're gonna take less damage. Of course enemies in the front row takes more. Blade beam is a really fast limit break. And stuff that even if you're running at normal speed. The funny thing though is that normal speed actually feels slower than normal. But that's just like a bug that happens because of the triple speed. Yes, that was really bad, that didn't kill. So it did way more damage there. And that was just because it just divided once. Like the more enemies there are, like the weaker the blade beam kinda gets. But once you have enough levels, blade beam will use basically own everything. And then get Kimhar's Hazard. But it's supposed to be Climb Hazard. Is what it's supposed to be actually. Yeah, there's been into Climb Hazard tends to do way more damage and stuff that. Climb Hazard is also very good against the Demon Wall, by the way. In terms of the damage it tends to. Dependent on your level of course, but. And if you really want to slap limit break damage, that's why you use like Giga's Armlet that Demon Wall drops. Yeah, throw one fire and then blade beam, that should kill. Yeah, that's actually pretty smart to do. That's not a bad stat. Now sadly I don't believe there is a version of the Demai thing that casts like Demai on all targets. I don't think there is an item that does that. There is of course an item for Demai 2, Demai 3, but there is nothing that is like hits all target, which is why, for example, Deadly Waste is so good. This normally dies of course to one fireball. So I should still use the fire on the ghosts. Fire on the ghosts. I mean, and also on the flying things, but yeah. Actually, this would have died to one blade beam, by the way. Because they're in the front row. So you can see, because, yeah. And we need, of course, to make it back to the other place, by the way, to do the save. Before we run out of time, by the way, so yeah. So fire. And then instead I'm probably gonna hit the back row instead with this. Because they will probably do more damage to the guys in the front row. Yeah. I just hit it on one target there. Because they were both in the same row, the other two. And so one of them took 123, even though that wasn't the main target. I hate that you can get that encounter, because that encounter also gives way less XP. But isn't it weird, like why are there like so many trains that are just like derailing and just like completely abandoned, like why? Or is it that monsters started attacking the train or something? Imagine if it would have been like that. I thought about this like a Final Fantasy VII MMO, but an MMO that only takes place like in Midgar, or like the base game would just be Midgar. So that because there are so many sectors that you technically don't really get to explore at all. It's like Midgar and the fact that the sectors all had names to them before, you know, but then eventually people just started calling them sectors and stuff like that. Like Midgar was of course very different when it was first built and stuff like that, because it wasn't immediately like used for that or whatever, you know. Yeah, that encounter being 105 XP is pretty good, and 98 is the highest of course in the first reactor, and the highest in reactor 5 is actually 112. Which is from 5 red grounds. And then getting our 5 encounters of course really good in terms of like earning limit breaks and stuff like that. Stone check. Ghost hand. And it's weird, right, because the ghosts, you know, they drain HP, but then the ghost hand instead just, you know, I really hate it when they do it on the correct character. And I don't know what's up with the steal rate currently. Like now, why it has gotten that much worse. But I do think that luck is supposed to matter and stuff, but still. But actually from what I've heard also is that spirit is supposed to matter for some weird reason. But yeah, I also think it matters how many of the item you have and stuff, that seems to matter also, you know, when it comes to steal. Be curious to see if the battle arena is in or not, you know, like that's something that I hope that they do like an actual video and stuff like that, because the battle arena at Final Fantasy VII is of course very important because of the fact that you can gain only slash disc one, but how much good stuff can you get from the battle arena in the remake? That's gonna be something that becomes very curious. How much longer? Okay, we're 75 minute limit. I kinda know how long it takes to get through. Oh, material level up. Oh. Because if you see here, if you go in here now, you can shake. Now you can cast fire twice. And of course, once all is mastered, you can use cast an infinite amount of times, basically. Is how it works. Usually people say, oh, it's only 5 times, but yeah. But then of course, magic can Whatever. Bird! Blade! Oh, that wasn't enough. Blade of you! You defeated a bunch of birds. Okay, Ghost! Yoinks scoop! Yoinks scoop, nice. Yep, team boy. Okay. Of course, the thing is that 32 attack, yeah, the damage, she can actually do a lot of damage when she actually gains a bunch of levels. Let's just move on to the other screen, even though the XP is worse on the other screen. You have to make those climbing. And there's no reason to go up there that way, but still. Then you can get this encounter. Yeah, you cannot see this encounter at all on the other screen. For whatever reason. Yeah, so here, 2 like fireball spells will always be enough for everything you can encounter in this area, pretty much. No, I went back. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, right, this should be enough. No? Alright. Nah? Huh. Alright. It's here. Boom boom. Boom boom, motherfucker. Oh, I can use blade beam these. I need to remember if there's 2 of those, I use blade beam them. And then I fire all if I encounter the one of them and the 2 horny things. And you fire all if I encounter the ghost. Ghost hand. Almost at 30,000 also in terms of like money. Cast fire once and then or you could use the blade from the start because yeah. Oh, now it's taking a long time for an encounter. What? That just happens sometimes and it's like really weird. Sometimes it just decides, nah, you're not gonna have an encounter. So, time for one more encounter, right? We should have enough time for one more encounter. And then I'm gonna save. And then we're gonna start the next recording after that. And on that recording we're probably gonna go to... Oh, that wasn't enough that time. Can't heal for almost leveled. And we're saving to the slot. Here we go. 2 minutes there. I thought that's gonna be great. We'll quit here and then we're gonna start the next recording. So yeah.